Hello people, hello guys, hey. I am currently just sitting in my apartment. It's a nice day today. Hello people, hello from Mexico, hello back from Norway. It's a nice day today in Bergen because it's not too warm, or it's been so sunny and so warm lately, and it's just exhausting. And today I've been really enjoying my time because it's not too warm, and it's kind of like it's a dry day. It's not raining, and the sun is kind of peeking through the clouds for a few seconds here and there, which is really nice. It's my favorite kind of weather because it changes so much, and I really like that. Hello people. I hope you are feeling good, and I hope that you're feeling oh hello. It's thundery here in Scotland. Oh, that's nice. I love thunder. I really like the sound of it, and obviously I think, as many of you also think, I like the sound of rain because it's very nice. I have a thing here called, oh, it's the wrong way for you, that's really annoying, but it's called Curiosity Cola and it's very nice. It's like organic soda that tastes, or they try to make it taste like Coca-Cola, but they can't really do it. But it tastes much better. It tastes like if witches tried to make cola. If you've ever been to Germany and had mate cola, or I think you know what I talk about if you're from Germany. It's kind of like a soda made with herbs, and it tastes a bit like Unterberg or Jägermeister, which is if I ever go rave partying, I don't like holding a beer in my hand because it prevents me from dancing my heart and ass off. So then I like to just take a shot, and then I like taking a shot of Jägermeister. And this cola kind of tastes like it. It tastes herby, and it makes me feel it's very nice. Yes, I was going to do a live stream today because I guess many of us don't have anything better to do on Sundays, and for all the people who are staying awake, for me, I am so sad for you. Or like if it's like 3 a.m. where you are, I'm so sorry. She's Koopa. And yes, I do know Michelle Leonard. She's a beautiful woman. I like to think of her as my star sister. She's another soul living out there. She lives in Germany now, and she has a lot of light in her. She's very special. No, I wanted to do a live stream because I wanted to, I guess first of all, I just locked eyes with a seagull. I like animals very much, but I think of seagulls as my enemies. There is something about them. Okay, he flew away. But I wanted to do a live stream because yes, to thank you all, first of all, for your love, for my latest song, Cure for Me. And I love seeing you write it, and I love hearing you shout it out loud that I don't need a cure for me and we don't need a cure for us, because it's such a beautiful thing to hear people say, and I really love seeing it. And I guess that's the main point of this. I want to thank you all for the love, because it's quite special, I guess, in this world to receive love from strangers and also give love to strangers. The world is very built around that we reserve most of our empathy for our inner circle, which is strange. or I guess it's just how it is, but I wish that the world were better in showing empathy to total strangers and showing love to total strangers. It's very beautiful, and I want to thank you all for that, because it's a beautiful thing that makes me think of humankind as a charming thing, which I rarely do. Cure for me is a song I wrote quite a long time ago, and I guess most of you know the message behind it, but I'm going to talk a bit about it anyway, in case you don't know. But I'm an artist from Norway, if someone here doesn't know that, and I like to make music. And all my life I've been, you know, people have been kind to me. I've been very lucky, and I know that. But I've often walked around in this path with a feeling that I don't fit in, and with a feeling that I don't belong, and with a feeling that I don't understand, or that I'm not put together in a way that people understand. And especially at school, I struggled a lot with like paying attention and sitting still and caring, because school is so boring sometimes. But I had lovely teachers, and they were kind to me. I remember often asking one of my teachers if I could have a break from class and run around the school once, like run around the whole school, just to kind of get rid of some energy. Yeah. And they allowed me to do it sometimes, but they didn't often understand how severe the need was for me at school to kind of get out of the classroom and think of things that makes me feel like I like life and like the world, because sometimes the school system is quite suffocating. And I was thinking about it, and I was thinking that it's weird that all my life I've been told sometimes, and sometimes I just tell it to myself, that is there something wrong with me because I don't understand the world, and things I feel like other people understand, I sometimes feel like I don't understand. And then I feel like I also understand many things that people don't understand, and I guess that's how most of us feel. And that's the best thing with all of you, that you have truly showed me that there are people out there who are like me, or who understand me and who I understand, which is very nice. It's the best gift. Every time a person in an interview asks me what's the best gift your fans have given you, or like what's a gift, I always tell them that it's the gift of feeling like I'm a part of a big family. And when you're alone, when you feel sad, when you feel like you're just, you know, there's no point in what you're doing, or that you are getting nowhere, that you're stuck, that you feel worthless, and all of those things, at least I know that I'm feeling like that together with all of you, and we're kind of together in it. And going through hard times makes it truly makes the best people. If you know pain, you also know how to recognize pain in someone else. And that's the very basic of kindness in our species, I think, to have empathy and to see the people who really need it but don't have the courage to ask. And that's very beautiful. So if you're one of those who are going through a lot of things and who find it hard to kind of just make it through a day, you're a wonderful person in the making, and you're going to be such a beautiful, beautiful resource in this world, because people need people like that. The world needs people who know pain from, you know, and who learn it the hard way, and they can truly recognize it in other people. So I have so much respect and love for the people who I know are really struggling in this world, and who are just making it through, you know, day by day. It's really admirable, and I'm so proud of you, and I admire you as well. Oh, I forgot my point again. School, I didn't like it. I love learning though, because learning is very fun, but I don't like sitting still and learning it in someone else's way. It's very annoying. But yes, it's my feeling with life, as a soul in this little, very tiny body, and very short. And I guess also growing up in Norway, if there are any fellow Norwegian people here, or Scandinavian people, you know how there isn't a lot of room for emotions and emotional reactions, or to stand out is very rare, or like people. I guess there's something about the culture here, but there's little room for having your emotions on the outside and for exploring ways to express yourself. It's not often we see it, so it can be hard sometimes here because you're not taught by the culture to kind of flower in your whole own direction, if that makes sense. But that's kind of my version, or my personal meaning in the song, the feeling of not belonging and feeling like I have to hide so many parts of myself in the everyday life here. But as an artist, I've felt like I've had a lot of room to be who I truly am and to explore all of those sides. I felt like I've had to hide a lot with people, which is nice. And I hope for all of you out there who feel like you have to like mask yourself or hide parts about yourself, I hope you find either a family or a group of friends or a place or a safe space where you're allowed to be all of those things. I really hope so, because it's quite wonderful. And you offer that space to me, just so you know it. But then I was also thinking about the world, which I do quite a lot, and I know that many of you do the same, which is also, that's also a reason why I love you all, because I know we all spend a lot of time thinking about the world and the planet and our part in the world, what we can do, and I guess many of us carry around the feeling that we're not doing enough. And in some ways we aren't doing enough, and we can never do enough. But I guess it's important to remind yourself that as long as you do what you can, what you have room for within you, it's good enough, because I guess that's all you can do, But I do carry that feeling around a lot, that I feel like I, should do more and should offer more. But I try to not be too strict to myself, and I hope you do the same. But it was one of those days I was angry and frustrated at the world, as you know, and I was thinking about all of these small things, big things, that makes it harder to be a human. And it's already hard to be a human from a lot of inner reasons, and I hate that the world are bringing so many factors that makes it even harder than it should and it could be. And I thought about the right to be who you are, the right to live and to be seen, and the right to be respected and be treated as an equal. And there are so many people who are not given that right in this world, and it's just horrible. It's truly horrible. And I was thinking about the right to love, the right to receive love, and the right to give love in any way you wish to give or receive love, as long as it isn't hurting anyone. And it's just so weird. It doesn't make any sense that the world tries to fight against love, which is one of the only beautiful things we have left, the only pure things we have left on this planet. And I was thinking about conversion therapy, which is still allowed in quite many countries, including Norway, which the world looks upon as like a forward-thinking country, but there's still so many things we have to do, so many things we have to fix, including the fact that conversion therapy is still allowed here, which is horrible, and also in so many places. And I know that a lot of the people in my family are a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, including myself. I am also a part of it. And that's why it's so important for me to talk about it again and again and again. And I know I have many songs about it already, about the right to love, but I just can't stop. Because the world won't stop fighting against love, and then I won't stop singing about it either. The right to love, that is. And to be respected for, whatever love you have in you. And then, I wrote this song because I thought it's horrible to be told that the person you're born as is so wrong that you have to be cured from it. Horrible. Truly horrible. And if anyone here has ever experienced that kind of rejection from their community or their family, or from an inner voice in themselves, I'm so sorry. And my heart truly goes out to you. And that's where the line came from. I don't need a cure for me. I don't. And I just like the idea of all of us saying it together. And I can't wait until I can do the song live with all of you and actually sing it with you. Because then you'll see how good it is to feel those words in your mouth and your heart. It's going to be superb, I think. Very superb. Yes, but it's a song, Cure, for me, about all of those things, about my own experiences with the world, being told that I'm weird. I don't think I'm weird at all. So yeah, and it's horrible sometimes when the world tells you something so much that you gain and you think to be insecure about. I hate when the world does that, and it does it all the time. But it's a song for all of you out there who has ever felt that the world has told you that you need to be cured for who you are. If it's the love you have in you, or the person you are, the emotions you have, the heart you have, the mind or brain you have, the diagnosis you have, for all people out there. And the autistic community, everyone out there who feels left out, I guess. It's a song for all of us. Can I draw you? Yes, of course you can. And I love that. I love it when you draw me. I guess I love it when people draw in general, of course, but it's easier, or it's easy for me to find and notice the art out there when people tag me in it. And it's just so beautiful, it's so pure. I feel like you guys give my music meaning when you make paintings, when I see how your mind reacts to whatever my mind created. And it's so beautiful. You're all so talented. And I often talk about this in interviews, how much I admire all of you, and how much you guys all of you inspire me. And how, because some people say that I have sometimes too complicated music. There's so much happening. There are so many details, or I have a lot of stuff often in many of my songs, especially the album songs that most of the world might not have heard, but the fans have heard them. And I feel I always answer them that I would never dare to underestimate my fans or my warriors, my listeners, because I know how clever you are and how much you see what an emotional depth many of you have. And I truly respect and admire your minds and your hearts and your souls. And that's why I always try my best to make music that can mean 1,000 things, and I hide, you know, details and clues in videos and songs because I know you'll find them. And I enjoy all of you going on this treasure hunt, looking for things, clues. There are many clues in the video of Care For Me, which is exciting. And also the lyrics, but I know many of you have found them already. But yes, I truly respect you, and I would never underestimate your minds, if that makes sense. But did I have anything more to say about that? I just want to thank you and, you know, say the message once more that you are lovely pieces of flesh, all of you. And I was going to show, because for the video I had to do a lot of things myself, but I like doing a lot of things myself, and me and my sister Victoria, we made the outfit together from old fabrics we had already bought. And I painted all the masks in the video myself, all of these. And I love it when, if you're a makeup artist, can you please try this makeup look and tag me, because I love seeing it on your faces. But yes, this is kind of one of the masks, is the, or it's kind of apathic, because it's not sad or it's not sad or happy, but it's kind of in between. It's a bit confused. But for me, painting all the masks was a very good emotional process. And I felt like I put different faces into every mask, and it was very nice. And I thought I might paint one for you now. I also did one like this, but I didn't use it because obviously it didn't fit in. I don't like when videos have too many colors. I prefer to stick to the color I've chosen, because every song has a different color, and it's just wrong when you mix it too much. Yeah, I have some painting here on this very classical painting board, wood painting board, as you call it. And this brush I bought in Japan. It's mostly actually used for calligraphy, but I love painting with it as well. It's a really beautiful and good brush, and I really love it. But yeah, I guess, or will I actually paint the mask? I was supposed to do it. I did the lips already because I was bored earlier. I just made a normal one. I might give away masks as well, but it's very easy. I did the cheeks like this, and it's not a complete circle, which was a bit annoying. But I kind of just did like that, and I will do one on the other side as well. I don't know when, but I'll probably do like a giveaway at one point, because I like the idea of one of you having the actual mask in your home. It's very therapeutic to paint. I forgot to bring water, so the paint is a bit thick. We kind of like this, and then I'm just gonna let it dry because I'm very clumsy, and I always forget that that the paint is wet and it ends up everywhere, and I don't like it. I don't like when my fingers get wet from the painting. Hi, Digga Stemmelin. Thank you for saying that. Oh, I love you. I love you all as well. Are you coming to Sweden? Coming from Sweden? No, I come. Oh my God, it goes so fast. I come from Norway. But it's kind of the same. We're all related somehow. But yes, I come from Norway, from a Bergen cold city, from a city called Bergen. And it's very nice here. It has a lot of mountains and a lot of nature, which I'm very happy about because I need it so desperately. I'm looking up at a mountain now. It's very beautiful. It looks very lonely. And the clouds are starting to turn slightly pink because the sun is about to go down. And it's kind of a shade of pink I don't like that much. But it suits the sky. And then there are seagulls, my enemies, flying around. I live next to the second biggest seagull colony in Norway. So I'm surrounded by them all the time. What's the favorite mask that you made? I love the masks that smiles because it's nice to be smiled at. The sad masks makes me a bit sad. And on the video when the dancers were wearing them, the dancers with the sad masks made me really sad. And I felt like I had to ask them if they were okay all the time, even though I obviously knew and understood that it's not them, it's the mask. My enemies, yes, the seagulls are kind of my enemies, but it's mostly because they are just violent creatures, and they pick up trash and spread the trash out in the streets, and they're just relentless. Seagulls are relentless, and seagulls also, they have no taste. There's no poetry, there's no fashion sense. Their eyes are red, which is actually kind of cool, and there's something about their colors as well that there's just nothing. They have no humor, but they sound like they are constantly laughing, which is very contradicting. Oh, oh, do you live in Harstad? No, I don't. My name is Bina from Indonesia. Hello, Bina. Seagulls are noisy. Yes, seagulls are very noisy. The only seagull I like is Seagull Girl here on TikTok. She's fabulous. But otherwise, I don't like any seagulls. That's the only thing I don't like in the whole world. That and mass murder, of course. And actually, there are quite many things I don't like in this world. But seagulls are at the very top. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just showing off my goofy side. No, I'm just yes, I have one vaccine, and I felt nothing afterwards, except for the feeling of looking forward to being a bit more safe towards the virus, and maybe eventually being able to hug a bit more people, the people I know and care about. I don't like hugging. I actually really dislike it. I hate hugging. But when you are told that you can't hug, especially when people need it. Like I tested myself yesterday because I just like going and test myself, because we have, a testing station in the middle of the city, because I like knowing that I don't have it and that I'm not spreading any virus around. And I tested myself yesterday and I was negative, and I knew I was, but I just did it. And then today I met a fan, and she's a very beautiful girl, and she lives here in Norway too, and she's experienced a lot of things in her life, like many of you and like myself. So I feel like she's a kindred spirit, and the emotions were so intense in the moment that I really felt like my whole soul wanted to give her a hug. And then I told her that I have proof that I am clean from any virus. And I asked her if I could hug her, and she said yes. And then we did, and it was very lovely. And we hugged for a very long time. And it was beautiful. Of course, it's not something we should do. We should obviously stay away from hugging. But it's just one hug, and not many people in the area have the virus here now. And we're both vaccinated, so no, it was very pure. And it's weird how long time it's been since I've ever hugged a person. It was very pure and very beautiful, and very much worth it. But yes, I have one shot of the vaccine. I got it quite a long time ago. And I felt nothing afterwards, like I didn't get any ill or any tired. So it was beautiful. It smells nice in here. I think it's the eucalyptus flowers. Oh, it's this. Yeah, it's eucalyptus. It smells divine. Can you speak a bit Norwegian? Well, yes, I can. Hallo, jeg heter Aurora, og jeg bor i Norge. Jeg liker å drikke masse øl, og så liker jeg å spise kake. Og så går jeg ofte tur på fjellet. Og når jeg ikke går tur på fjellet, så flyr jeg rundt. Og når jeg flyr, så sier alle de små menneskene, wow, se på det, hun flyr. Yeah, that was a bit of Norwegian. I said very wise things. So if you are Norwegian, you're welcome. Aurora, how do you stay happy? Oh, well, it's not that I am happy all the time. I'm often not happy. Because it's a difficult balance between existing in this world with your own mind and heart and feeling useless and helpless and feeling insecure. But it's also, and combined with struggling with everything that's happening in the world. Struggling with, figuring out what more you can do for people. I struggle with that quite a lot. Because I want to do so much more than I feel like I can. And I think many of you know the feeling. But I'm not happy all the time, and I'm glad that I'm not happy all the time. And life is not, I'd never expect life to give me happiness all the time. I don't think that's what life is about. Happiness is supposed to come in small doses, in small moments, and then it's gone. And then life otherwise should be sometimes apathy, just nothingness, sometimes boredom, sometimes sadness, sorrow, sometimes anger, but most of the time just life, if you're lucky. But I become happy when I do things that remind myself of who I am, if that makes sense, and why I'm here. Like when I write songs and paint, when I give gifts to people, when I give time to people, I get reminded of who I am and why I'm here. When I eat good cheese, or when I drink good wine, or when I walk up on the mountains, or stay, or spend time in the forest, or naked swim, especially during nighttime, and dance. These small things that remind you of what life is and how these small magical things are actually in your power. You can do them whenever you want. Like eating a good tomato. Hi Julia. all of those small things. And I do a lot of those small things that makes me feel happy. Because the world, and I also stay away from social media quite a lot, and I would advise all of you to do the same. Because it can be so, such a destructive world, this world, and especially social media. Because it's not real, but it's still giving you the illusion of that it's real. But yes, I spend a lot of time just thinking about the world and thinking that if I do mistakes, it doesn't matter because everyone is going to die anyways. And while I'm here, I do things that reminds me of who I am. And I write things down a lot, things that makes me happy. Because it works. But I'm not happy all the time. And I don't think I should be either. None of us should be. What's your dream? My dream is to fly. And my dream is that I have many dreams, and I think you are dreaming the same dreams along with me. I think I'm just one of the thousands, millions of people dreaming about this, but it would be so nice to, if we could exist in this world without carrying all the pain and grief of the world. And we all carry this pain and grief because it's happening out there, and people are in pain out there every day, and people are experiencing such pointless hatred and pointless suffering and pain that we could fix if we just put our mind to it. And it would be so nice to just exist in this world without it being so unbalanced and so full of injustice and hatred and homophobia and racism, and I just can't imagine, because I'm tired of it, and how the people who are experiencing on an everyday basis, they must be so freaking tired. And the world, sometimes it feels like it's going nowhere, but we have to remember that it is. Slowly. And that's a lot of the things that my next album is about. That we are not always learning from our history, but sometimes we do. And I have so much hope in our generation, in us. I have so much hope in us because we are tired of entitlement, and we want equality for all. And we're tired of, a capitalism. We're tired of so much of the planet dying. But I feel like we're, as long as we live with our eyes open, as long as we are aware of our privilege and let go of whatever, of our entitlement to things, and walk our path with gratitude, I think we'll be all right. But it will take time. And for now, I just do my best to, I guess, give light. And I know many of you out there are doing just the same. And I guess kind of repent for whatever our ancestors have done. It's really it's easy to get repelled by human beings, especially when you look at our history, and also when you look at people now. There is so much going on. It's truly disgusting how evil people can be, and it's beautiful how beautiful people can be. And it's impressive how much change we can accomplish when we put our mind to it, when we stand together and kind of talk loudly about it, when we manifest it. But anyways, I'm sorry, it's getting a bit dark maybe, but I've spent a lot of time thinking about it, these things today, so I just had to get it, just to talk about it a tiny bit, get it off my chest. But yes, we are making progress, and I am very proud of this generation, because we are already making change. Like the fact that we like a TikTok, which is a very like the youngest app, I guess, in our world. We came up with the problem that many people that can't hear aren't getting, like, understanding a lot of the videos with people just talking and forgetting to add captions, like on Instagram and stuff. And then we just fixed it. Oh my god. But I still don't know how to put captions on my live stream. Why is that not a thing yet? That's really disappointing. That's really disappointing. That should definitely fix that. Okay. But my point is that I love that we just all agreed on that you add captions then to all your videos, subtitles, and then eventually TikTok had to make a feature that added the subtitles automatically, which is another proof of what we can do when we just demand the world to change for the better. And I hope we never ever forget how much we can demand of the world, and that the power lies within the people. It's very beautiful. I didn't mean for the whole thing to become too political, but my head have been grinding all day. And yes, I believe in magic. I truly do. I've seen magic in people, in art, in music, in food, in nature. The fact that the moon moves the ocean, that's magic. It doesn't become any less magical just because we can explain it with science. I think it's equally as magic as whatever still remains a mystery out there. And I am a witch, or like I do practice a lot of things that has to do with the emotional, spiritual, magical side of life. And it's fun. It makes me feel like I'm in touch with my inner child, and that's important. Oh, I'm sorry, I've been talking so much, and I actually kind of have to go. The outfit is vintage. Most of my clothings are vintage or used from thrift shops, or I make them myself, or me and my sister make them together. I don't like the fashion industry because they ruin the planet, they mistreat people, and they use too much water. And also the fashion industry is so depending on money, and I don't like that, that people feel like they have to have money to be able to express themselves. And also the fashion industry always steals from the sense of style that comes from the real people, where money doesn't matter, just a sense of fashion. And I also dislike that. So yeah, I wear mostly vintage. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go. It must be. I still don't understand or know why you think, or like how, if it's interesting to just hear me talk about things. So I'm gonna go now, because I've been talking for like 40 minutes and that's way too much. But I think you're all lovely. And remember, there is no cure for us, and there should never be a cure for you, for the person you are. But there should be a cure for hatred and COVID-19 and global warming and racism and all of these things. But we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Okay, I'm going to go. I love you. Ti amo. Daisuke de. Aishitemasu. I love you. Ich liebe dich. That's all the languages I know. Jag älskar dere. And take care. And remember that you're worth of so much. You're worthy of so much. And I love you no matter who you are. No matter what you look like. No matter what your heart is like or head is like. I like you for just who you are. And you have a safe place here. With the family of warriors and weirdos. Okay, I'm going to go. Because it's, how do I end this? Help me. Oh, I know, okay. I'm going to go.